Hello again everyone, it's Jordan. Welcome back to AfroLivity. It's been a very long time since I last uploaded anything onto this YouTube channel, but I'm back. I've got some videos coming soon and I just want to bring some new content to you. So we've got this video, which I'll get into in a second. I want to get a new series on about how to live on a budget because I feel like that's really important. Just to dispel some of the myths about how expensive it is to be on a whole food plant-based diet and whatnot. There's some other things I want to talk about, just more recipes, more lifestyle tips about how to get by on a plant-based diet, just anything that's vegan related and I think would be really great to discuss, even some more of the food science, because I know there are lots of people who watch these videos just want to know more from a scientific point of view about nutrition so that they feel more confident in what they're eating. So all those kind of videos, I hope to get some more out soon. But yeah, let's get into this one. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience in my first year as a whole food plant-based vegan. So it's been just around a year or so since I made the transition, and I just thought, hey, it would be a great idea to summarize some of the pros, a couple of the cons, and yeah, just talk through my experience. So in this first year I've noticed so many great things. I just feel a lot healthier in general. I sleep a lot better. I always have loads of energy. I always feel like I want to go and exercise or I want to go out somewhere. I'm just, literally full of beans. I just feel great all the time. No more sluggishness in the mornings. When I go to exercise and I do my workouts, as some of you will know if you follow me on Instagram or some of my previous vlogs, I've talked about how I do lots of calisthenics and powerlifting. So I need a lot of energy for that, and my plant-based diet provides all of it. Like you'll notice, once you eat more healthy plant-based foods, your digestion just becomes a lot easier, your skin clears up, your hair grows much better, just everything, you just feel better from the inside out. So I'd really recommend it to anybody who's looking to go all the way. Don't worry, anybody's looking to go all the way. I know there are so many unfortunate misconceptions in the media and in the public sphere about what it means to be on a plant-based diet and you're going to be deficient in XYZ. Trust me, it's really easy not to be, and in fact, statistically, you'll be less deficient in lots of different vitamins and nutrients simply because you'll be eating more fruits and vegetables. So don't worry about it, I'm feeling great, and if you do it, I'm sure you will too. The second one would be just the variety of new foods that I now have in my diet. Before I went vegan, the thing I would usually eat for dinner, for example, would be either some chicken or some duck with rice, some sweet corn, maybe a little bit of veggies here and there if I could be bothered to cook them, and other things. But in reality, I didn't have that much variety in my diet. It was, spaghetti and spaghetti bolognese or meatballs, something that was very simple. I just got into a habit of eating the same things all the time. Now that I'm on a plant-based diet, I have so much variety. I have all different kinds of legumes, lentils, beans, chickpeas, soybeans, everything, all of these different things. And obviously all the different grains as well. The pseudo cereals like quinoa, buckwheat, a lot of these foods I hadn't even tried before. And now I have so many vegetables and fruit in my diet. I think what I eat in a day now is probably close to what I would eat in maybe 4 or 5 days before I went vegan. So it's an incredible experience, just learning new dishes from loads of different cultures, taking in lots of experience and learning from new people, experimenting with new herbs and spices you probably would never had in your kitchen before. It's just a wonderful experience. So again, if you're someone who really appreciates food and you love looking at different cultures and how to even veganize the food that you're used to eating from your own culture, then going whole food plant-based is something I would wholly recommend. And furthermore, once you make that choice to become plant-based or vegan, it's now a conscious idea in your mind that, okay, now I'm making a choice to go against the cultural norm, especially if you're in the West anyway, to go against what everyone else is doing and to now carve out your own sort of identity. And that reflects itself in the choices you make in terms of what you buy as a consumer. When you go into the supermarket, you've got an idea now of which foods are really good for your body and which ones aren't good for you. Once you get into that nutrition science, once you learn it, whether it's from books, whether it's from literature, YouTube, you can get to you feel a lot more confident in the choices you're making about the food you want to eat. Another pro would be that I feel a lot more confident in what's good food and what isn't. Now I can go into the supermarket and I understand why eating beans and chickpeas, brown rice is really good for my body, because I know the nutrients and minerals and vitamins that I can get from these foods. I feel great about buying them and eating them on a regular basis because I know the great things it's going to do to my body. Before that, I had no idea of what was good and what wasn't. I had never read the nutritional information on the back of anything. I just ate what I wanted and I ate what tasted good. But sometimes the things that taste good, just because they do, does not necessarily mean it's good for your body, either in the short term and the long term. And now I find food that is both healthy and tastes even better than what I used to love before. And I think it's a benefit, especially for those who are also trying to be healthier with their lifestyle. Understanding nutrition from a proper scientific background will give you that confidence, especially in this day and age where there's so many fad diets and so much misinformation out there from people who are selling, their rubbish celebrity chef books, or they're trying to sell supplements or get rich quick. They're not interested in your long-term health. So being able to see, the truth is something that is really important. So I feel like that's a benefit that anybody can gain once adopting a plant-based lifestyle and learning more about the nutrition themselves. Another incredible thing I've realized is that my food is so much cheaper. I spend far less now on food for my weekly shop or whatnot than I ever did in the past. And you hear so much talk about, being vegan is expensive, it's a privilege for those who have money, etc., etc., when it really isn't. There's so many great ways of living a whole food, plant-based diet, and you can save so much money. All I do is I have a load of beans, I have rice, I have my seasonings, I have things like tomatoes, onions, garlic, and whatnot, potatoes. And these are things I have in rotation. Beans and rice you can have in bulk and just cook them on the day. You can save money that way. Now, I don't always have the time to cook with beans, but it's easy to buy cans in the supermarket. They're really cheap. You can make a meal out of that really quickly. And it really isn't inhibitive, for me anyway, on my student budget to afford these things. So I was really pleasantly surprised by that. And I think one sort of major benefit that is overarching is that I just feel a lot more in tune with nature and the rest of the world. I know it sounds weird, but I think once you make that change, you start to think about your choices. You try to actively be more ethical with what you buy. Try to be more environmentally friendly with what you buy on a plant-based vegan diet. For me, I started to see animals just as deserving of a place on the earth in their own right, where we've all got to share this planet. It's not just for humans, and I feel like that's the mindset I had before. It was all, this is our planet, we do what we want to it. We make the choices on behalf of other animals we deem to be less intelligent or, less worthy of a place. And I just feel like that's not how I feel anymore. I am a lot more compassionate to non-human animals now, and I honestly just feel a lot better about that. Now, I must admit, it's not all sunshine and smiles. The main con I would have for being on a plant-based diet is not that serious, but it is a pain trying to eat out. Depending on where you live, that can be better or worse, but definitely a lot of places need a lot more vegan restaurants. We need more restaurants with a better selection of vegan foods. You go to most places and if they don't serve meat, it'll be a vegetarian dish, but you can't have it because it's full of cheese or full of eggs. So the vegan dish, you might be lucky to just get some bread. But being serious, a lot of places have improved. It's not just breadsticks and salad. You've got loads of great whole food vegan options in many places. And if they don't serve those, they might have some, more processed food like mock meats and things like that. But at the end of the day, if that's your thing, great, go for it. But if you're going to be going out somewhere that doesn't really cater to you, one thing that I usually do is I just eat my own food. I'll prepare something before I leave, so I'm not leaving my house to go and meet people with an empty stomach, going to a restaurant I know really doesn't cater to me. And I feel that's a great way of getting around having to pick something that's not that great off the menu. If you are maybe the only vegan in your group, maybe one day you can get your friends to come to a vegan restaurant and they can try some of the foods that you eat some more. So yeah, that was my assessment of my first year on a plant-based diet. There's so many more things I'd have loved to speak about, but I wanted to keep the video short and sweet, and just to let you know that I'm still here making stuff for AfroLivity. So if you enjoyed that, make sure you like, leave a comment below, subscribe already if you haven't, and click the little notification bell if you want to get a notification every time I upload. I'll have some more videos coming up in the near future, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching. One love and bless up.